The mother-in-law was surprised to find her newlywed daughter-in-law squatting on the floor eating her meal. She kindly went over to persuade the girl to come eat at the table. The girl, however, appeared terrified. She said she wouldn't sit, and she begged them not to hit her. Hearing this, the mother-in-law and her husband looked puzzled. The assistant hurriedly reported the results he had found to the CEO. It turned out the girl had lived like this all her life. When she was young, her stepmother used every means to replace her mother as the lady of the house. Not only did she imprison the girl's mother, but she also turned the girl into a fool. Every day, she could only live with dogs, until the day her stepmother decided to marry her off to a second-generation rich heir. It was to secure a project to save their family's company from the brink of bankruptcy. Her half-sister lied that she would take her to eat something delicious, saying they could find her mother. The girl immediately followed her half-sister to the hotel. The half-sister told her to wait there. Before long, the rich heir walked in. Upon learning he had been deceived, the girl picked up the ashtray on the table and smashed it into the rich heir. Then she escaped from the hotel room. While fleeing, she happened to collide with the CEO. Because the CEO was afflicted with young poisoning and had little time to live, only by having relations with a woman of purine body could he cure the young poisoning within him. But he had no interest in any of the women the assistant had found. Now with only 1 hour left to live, he went alone to the rooftop to stargaze. By chance, he met the girl who had escaped to the rooftop. When their eyes met, the CEO felt his heart stir. That night, the two of them spent the night together. The next day, the girl left the hotel as if nothing had happened. She left half of the jade pendant her mother had given her on the bed. To repay the girl's life-saving kindness, the CEO ordered his assistant to find the pendant's owner. He planned to make the girl his wife. Meanwhile, just after running out, the girl was captured by the people sent by her stepmother. The father was already furious. He had originally planned to use the girl to save the company, but he didn't expect the girl to ruin everything. The father vented all his anger on the girl. Then the girl was locked in the basement. Suddenly, a missing persons announcement played on the TV. It revealed the CEO was searching the entire city for the owner of the pendant. Seeing the pendant was indeed the girl's possession, the half-sister guessed the girl had slept with the CEO last night, but the CEO seemed unaware of the girl's identity. The stepmother remembered there was another half of the pendant on the girl. Since the girl was a fool and knew nothing, she planned to have her own daughter pose as the girl and meet the CEO. That way, they could bring profit to their family's company. They went to the basement and snatched the other half of the pendant from the girl's hand. The half-sister, having obtained the pendant, hurried to meet the CEO. Although the CEO couldn't recall the girl's appearance that night, the half-sister's impatience made him very annoyed. In contrast, whenever the other girl approached him, he reacted. Since the CEO could not confirm whether the half-sister was the girl he was looking for, he promised he would take responsibility for her. However, the CEO was about to leave on a business trip abroad for a month. He said that after returning, he would bring betrothal gifts to propose to her. After the half-sister happily left, the CEO sent his assistant to investigate her whereabouts that night, because he suspected she was not the same girl from that night.